Greg rolls on. I'm going to do a little short haul today. So let's just say you decided that you're going to start over at Schneider. You've signed the paperwork. You're in your 4th day of orientation and you're getting ready to jet out and get that empty. How are you going to search for loads once you pick up that empty? Well, I'll tell you how I do it and how I make money. Everybody's got their own way to do it. There's no wrong way. You can spend hours on this load board, okay? But on the air board, this is what I've done since my conception here with my business. I start off with the day before and the day after on the date range that I want to search on. I hit confirmed and not confirmed, okay? And then I stretch my radius out all 500 miles. And then whenever I hit that search, at the very top on the left-hand side, select total rate per mile with the arrow pointing downward. That's going to put the one that has the highest total rate per mile at the very top. Now, I don't waste my time with, 20-mile deadhead, 3-mile loaded, $50 loads that are drop and hook, or just drop and hook on one end and live unload with the other. What I'll do is I will try to find the one that puts me in the ballpark of $1,000 in a day. You can't always do that, but you can spread it out over several days. That's how I search for a load. I always open my search radius up to 500 miles, and then I go to total rate per mile with the arrow pointing down. That's my secret. It's not really a secret. That's just the way I always do it. I don't care how much I got a deadhead. I'll haul sailboat fuel all day. So that's how I do my load criteria search. If you can't find anything that way or there's too much, star the several that you like that are not confirmed, and then you can go back and you can close it to confirmed only, and you can change the slider wherever you want on the deadhead. But I always do confirmed and not confirmed. If it's a confirmed one that's awesome, I go ahead and book it. As long as I know it's an area where there's going to be freight on the other side, then I try to book ahead. If the ones aren't confirmed, or you happen to be sitting like I am in San Antonio right now, which I'm not worried, I've done so good this week, I'm about 6 hours over a 34 right now, and I got to be honest with you, it's nice to sit. The wind's blowing, I'm empty. I don't need to lay this thing over on its side, and I definitely don't want to go to the northeast right now because of what's coming. So, having said that, if you got to sit and wait a while or something, you can sit there and star all the loads that you want. But if you see something that's awesome that's starred, go ahead and book it as long as you know there's going to be freight on the other side. And that's the search criteria thing that I can tell you. As far as getting your 90-day inspection, Schneider wants a quarterly inspection for their contractors. I don't know if that's required on company trucks or not. That's irrelevant to us. They give you a notice about 20 days or so before. Usually it depends on who your BOA and where you're out of, but you get a couple weeks notice at least. And it is sometimes hard to work it in, but just might as well do it. As a matter of fact, you can see the date on your inspection sticker on the door. And if you don't have one of those little TA calendars, every cell phone that you have, including the one I'm recording on right now, has a calendar built in. Set you a reminder a couple weeks out. And make sure you get that inspection or you'll have your load board stuff pulled. Same thing with your monthly safety review thing that you have to do on Schneider U. Make sure you're doing that, as soon as it comes out, 2nd or 3rd day of that next month. Go ahead and get it out of the way. The way it works on the people's board that I'm on, whenever it comes to the administrative side of Schneider, if you don't have it done by the weekend before the 15th or whichever day that falls on, if it is the 15th on a weekday, then you're locked out of the load board again. So make sure you get those things done. I've missed both of those before, and it is what it is. You just, especially whenever I was brand new. Let me get a drink here. By the way, I've had to use the Logo Baloo once since I got it. Guys, get you a Logo Baloo. I'm going to do another commercial if you haven't seen it. I did a little YouTube short commercial. And it's not everybody's watched it. It's not having so many hits, but I've heard that it's really funny. I'm an idiot whenever I get bored. Other things you can do, that spreadsheet that I gave everybody that still watches, that spreadsheet is a real-time calculation where you can see where your money's going that week and help you rein in unnecessary spending. Shop for fuel, okay? Shop for fuel is another pointer I can give you. I have Mudflap. You can download Mudflap if you want, and you decide you're going to get Mudflap now that you're here, Landstar, anywhere else you're leased onto. Shout out to me before you sign up, and I'll give you my little registration code thing. It doesn't hurt you at all, and it helps me out. But even if you don't do that, join Mudflap. Tie your business debit card to it for now, unless you get your own fuel card or credit card you want to tie to it. When you're in Wisconsin, certain states, run the Pilot app. Find out where the cheapest Pilot is, within 150, 200 miles of when you decide you're going to fuel. And then do the same thing on Mudflap and see if it's cheaper on Mudflap, knowing what Schneider's discount is at Pilot Flying J for that 2-week period. Whenever I was in Wisconsin, I saved $600 in a month just by fueling on Mudflap. Also, if it requires you to take an extra stop, buy your DEF out of pocket. Or you can buy it with Schneider's card at a participating fuel station. Most of them take a WEX brand card, which is essentially what we have here. It's a big fleet card. But what you should definitely do is shop for your DEF. I can't see myself paying $395.9 or $399.9 for DEF. There's DEF out there that costs $279. DEF out there that costs $329. I know you don't use that much DEF, but what's another little stop for 15 minutes? If you're like me, you run up against your 11 every day that you possibly can anyway, barring extenuating circumstances, be it traffic, high wind, inclement weather, shippers and receivers screwing you over, whatever, load board problems like what I'm dealing with now, except for I have not gone on the deal there. So having said those things, those pointers, really all I can tell you about those things is just remember what I've told you. You can watch this video at any point, just pointers to kind of get you going and off to the races, so to speak. As far as maintenance on your truck, I can't speak to the Packard motors in the other thing, or in the Kenworths or anything, but if you have a DD15, make sure that you're cleaning out your 7th injector. Every once in a while, just take a look at it. If it's corroded, don't use any cleaner or anything. Just get you a wire brush and clean that off, put it back in there. That'll keep that thing burning properly and stop you from all kinds of headache with your one box later on. And then clean out your Delta P sensor. It'll help increase fuel mileage and power. It's one of those sensors that it's like a mass airflow sensor on a gas powered vehicle. It'll help mileage and throttle response and everything else, is what it seems like whenever I've done it. So those are 2 maintenance tips that I can give you. Watch your hoses on your radiator, fill reservoir. Sometimes those things can have a slow leak. If it looks like melted bubble gum on something, you've got a coolant leak, so watch that. Other than that, guys, if you take really good maintenance and follow those little steps there, you're going to make money. The next short haul I'm going to talk about booking freight home or freight that you can sit on if you're in a pass-through area, and the markets that I think pay the best and lanes. So until next time, this is Grego with a short haul. Greg rolls on, upright, and between the lines. God bless.